go. Just hold it from the bottom like this. And hello, ladies and gentlemen, and good evening from what is the site of the 65th annual Thanksgiving Eve Classic from the College of Staten Island between two storied institutions not more than 1 mile apart here. It is the visiting St. Peter's Eagles taking on the hosting Curtis Warriors. I'm Danny Chanod from Nobody Cares Sports Network, live on YouTube and Facebook tonight, providing play-by-play. Joining me in the color commentary booth, first time ever for a legit broadcast, Farrell's all-time leading scorer, first time attending this game, Mr. Doug Elwell. Doug, how are you?
I'm great, Dan. Thanks for having me here. This is a great environment. Really excited to be here.
Look at this. I'm super excited to be here. The crowd is absolutely packed. Now, if you're unfamiliar with these two schools, it's really important to know that this is a rivalry game, very similar to what we know with Duke, North Carolina. Hell, we're starting off rivalry week. We got the Buckeyes in Michigan going down this Saturday, so there's only one way to start this off. No better way to do it than with Warriors and the Eagles tonight. This is a big, big matchup. It is sold out. Can't get a ticket. You know, Funkmaster Flex Night, hard to get a ticket. Well, this is impossible to get a ticket, right? We are sitting directly in front of the St. Peter's Eagles sixth man. The Curtis Warriors fan section is across the court from us. Doug, this is your first time being in the building for Curtis Peters. What do you make of the scene?
Can't even describe it. It's really a special thing. You know, the closest thing I ever got was a Farrell Peters game, which is, as you know, pretty intense as well. But with the tradition of both schools and, you know, how they dominate the island for almost every year, you know, in terms of basketball, you know, this is usually before the season starts, the most anticipated matchup of the season. So very excited about that, and I'm, you know, expecting a lot of intensity throughout the night from the fans and also the players.
Absolutely. We're expecting a lot of emotion as well. One thing to keep in mind with this game, we said it's the 65th annual, but these two teams, these two schools haven't faced off against one another in 3 years. Yep. So if you are a freshman 2 years ago and you're on the varsity this year, you have no experience of what St. Peter's and Curtis is, right?
That's correct. And it's pretty intense because, you know, you're playing freshman JV basketball. You know, even if you're playing that, you know, you're playing in a smaller gym, smaller location, less people in the stands. This is if your first varsity experience, this is something. Absolutely.
It is something to be thrust upon. Now, to give people an idea of these two different schools, the Curtis Warriors, they are a public school. They are the oldest school in New York City, 1904. St. Peter's Eagles, they're not too far behind. I believe 1917, 1915 is when they came around. But these two schools couldn't be more different. St. Peter's is a small private Catholic school. Curtis High School is one of the largest public schools in New York City, right? They're less than a mile away from one another. And when you look at these two programs and where they are tonight, people raise, like this sixth man here, they raise their kids and say when they're 3 years old, you're going to grow up and you're going to play against the Warriors on Thanksgiving Eve.
Oh, there's no doubt.
And these kids hear it their whole life. On the other end of it, for the Warriors, there is a kid that's being thrust into this game tonight that has no idea what he's getting himself into. So that's the storyline right now.
Absolutely correct. And it's pretty funny. Even on this team, we have some players, their dads have played in this game. Their grandfather possibly played in this game, especially when you saw the JV guys that just finished the game. So you'll definitely see some of that family environment here as well for the St. Peter's guys especially.
I'm excited about it. I know everybody out there is as well. If you like this content, like and subscribe to the Nobody Cares YouTube channel. Rocking with us tonight on video is Gotham Trinity Productions. Mike is doing an absolutely amazing job. We're going to be bringing it to you until this game wraps up. It's the 65th annual Thanksgiving Eve Classic, baby. Are you ready for this nonsense?
I'm pretty ready.
I'm jacked up. And as usual, it's 1 million degrees in here, and I'm sweating.
It's always.
Like I'm on bad pharmaceuticals. But we're going to get this camera up here on the court and show people, you know, what it looks like, what this gym is all about. Turn the microphones over to the arena. Sit down, try and get our rosters in order. We're going to have national anthem and the tip-off, including starting lineups in just a couple of moments.
Shout out to Ryan Woods coaching his first varsity basketball game tonight, which is going to be a lot of excitement for him, I'm sure, as well, being the next player in this game.
No, absolutely. This is Ryan Wood's first game. Have a seat, Doug. Make yourself comfortable. This is Ryan Wood's first game, the head coach of the St. Peter's Eagles as varsity coach. He was the JV head coach, and a masterful one at that, and so much so that it's led him to this varsity career. So we're seeing how he does in his opening. You talk about players being thrust into a new situation. Head coach Ryan Wood's one of them.
Yep, especially, even when he was a JV coach, they didn't play this game, like you said, Dan. So this is going to be exciting for him, I'm sure, as well. A lot of emotions going through his mind, and the coaching staff's through. Arch, same thing with Coach Archibald from Curtis. He's played in the game. He's coached in it for years, so a little bit of a difference in the style of their coaching as well. But it should be a fun night tonight for both. Got some good guys on the game, too, refereeing. Man, what good-looking guys.
Honestly, there's really nothing that I can't say about these refs tonight. There's some good men in attendance, but I will say this. I thought when I left the house tonight, Doug, that I wore neutral colors.
Oh, you're in Curtis.
I'm in Curtis
right
maroon.
That's a bad move.
Yes, yeah, I'm supposed to be neutral. Now, I went over to the Curtis side, and they were like, hey, you got a lot of guts wearing those colors sitting in front of the blue and gold. And I said, I didn't plan this out.
100% correct. I see the problem I had, Dan, when I was growing up. I played for St. Clair's when I was a CYO. That was blue and gold. Then when I went to high school, we despised blue and gold as apparel.
That's right.
It's a big difference, from going from school to school. But yeah, no, the island is synonymous with those colors for those two schools. For sure.
I want to give a big shout out to everybody that's tuned in there, watching on the YouTube machine and Facebook as well. I see Big G, George Duran in the chat, says we're broadcasting from good old Shaolin, and he's absolutely right about that. This is one of the finest traditions we have here in all of sports, possibly in New York City. You show me a better rivalry, we'll get out there and cover it. But right now tonight on Thanksgiving Eve here in Staten Island, there is no larger game. Now look, there's games tipping off all around New York City. We want to make that known. It is high school basketball season. We're just so happen to be covering the most traditional and coveted game here. That's all.
A lot of the island teams played. Not a lot. Everyone plays tonight. But a lot of times, what happens over the years, these games change. Opponents. Different teams are playing against different people. I know when I played in high school, we didn't even have an island opponent. We had to find someone off the island to play. But this, like you said, Dan, this is the one game that is a mainstay on our island. A lot of tradition goes on behind this. As you can hear, Curtis just came out of the locker room, so we're hearing some big-time cheers from their fans and obviously some big-time boos from the Peters fans, which we're going to hear all night. So
absolutely, and we want to make people aware. I'm going to turn your headset up there because that's the only way we can deal with this pandemonium. That's how we could describe it. If the sound is okay there at home, let us know as a cool breeze blows by the broadcast booth when the Curtis Warriors come past us. Get you familiar with these two squads out here tonight. It's the St. Peter's Eagles. They are rocking black. They're calling it a blackout, as a matter of fact. They got black tops, black bottoms with a gold stripe going down the side. The Curtis Warriors are rocking the home whites. White tops, white bottoms with maroon stripes and numbers. Doug, this place is amazing tonight. It's a sold-out crowd. The atmosphere is electric. The tension is palpable. You can cut it with a knife. Nobody cares. Sports is on the scene, baby. Free to the community. As the kids say, this is lit AF. Are you ready for this broadcast, brother?
Oh, yeah. This is going to be really exciting. Really exciting stuff here. And again, you can't stress it enough how important this is for our island to kind of go back to normalcy after the last couple of years that we've had. So to have this many people in the gym, from all different parts of Staten Island, because it's just excitement all across the board for us here.
Want to give a big shout out to my buddy Mike Schnall. Used to work with him over at the Parks Department. Does a lot of stuff here in Staten Island with the running community. He just hit me up. I clearly have a target on my back. He said, hey, buddy, I want to let you know you're doing a great job with the maroon. So for everybody out there that's watching, it's 1,000,000 degrees in here. I've officially taken off the maroon sweater. I'm down to the Nobody Cares t-shirt. Speaking of t-shirts, A kind representative from St. Peter's 6-man came over and left a 6-man T-shirt on my chair. What does that mean for me, Doug?
I'm not touching that thing.
Can't touch it, right?
I can't do that.
Now, you're a Farrell guy. I'm a Curtis guy. I'm surprised this thing didn't just incinerate into ashes when it came on top of our table.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, even with my Farrell background, my dad went to Curtis, the entire family went to Curtis, so I have no affiliation with St. Peter's whatsoever. Never have. My son is 4, so maybe in the future, who knows? But,
yeah. Well, no. If you get cold later, you just throw that right in the fire, right?
Yeah,
well, listen.
Exactly.
I'm the floodgates are open. I'm actually getting a lot of people. Shout out to Ray saying, "Leave your maroon on." For the record, it's 1,000,000 degrees. That's why we took it off. We're going to give our game predictions, though. Doug, we are 3 minutes and 22 seconds away from tip-off. As you know, I'm a Curtis alum. You're a Farrell alum. We have to be not biased, right? We gotta stay true to the cause of the sport. Having said that, it is a David versus Goliath matchup tonight, and what Curtis has to do to win this game against St. Peter's. The hype and the hype alone will only take them so far. Having said that, I like my boys. CW, let's go. See what? C-Dub. That's it. Doug, let me hear your picks.
Definitely think there's a lot of contrasting styles tonight. I'm interested to see. I think depth will be a major role in this game. St. Peter's goes about 9 to 10 deep possibly tonight. So I'm interested to see if they can outlast the Warriors tonight and run up and down. I got Peters tonight.
You got Peters tonight. It's a 1-1 split here in the booth, but I'll tell you what, you could settle it in the YouTube chat online. Tell us who you like. As a matter of fact, or don't. Nobody cares, right? It's all about the kids. It's definitely not about us. The environment is absolutely tremendous. I can't say it enough. They have opened up the bottom floor to where the girls' gym is, the auxiliary gym on the other side, and put additional seating on the lower right-hand side. We've got this scoreboard in picture-in-picture on the screen because so many times when we broadcast games, Doug, people will say, "What's the score?" So hopefully that doesn't take place this evening.
Yeah, no, and you know what's funny, Dan? Now you mentioned it with the background and everything. It has a really big Staten Island High School League feel to it right now, the championship game. So, again, this is my first time here because there was no reason for me to be here.
No, never. Now,
ever.
tonight, nobody cares. And we want to give a shout-out to our buddy Luke Timmons out there watching, says, "Have a night, boys." We certainly will.
Luke's one of the best guys ever. So, shout out to Luke. Shout out to Luke for sure. I know who he's rooting for right now.
This is absolutely the best thing on TV tonight. I don't care what you're streaming, whether it's cable, Netflix, Hulu, nobody cares sports. YouTube is the hottest ticket right now. Tune in, like, and share. Make sure you send this out to everybody that's a Curtis alum, a St. Peter's alum, and to anybody that wants to know what this event is like that doesn't go to these schools. This is your opportunity.
Correct. And shout out to the referees tonight. We got Rob Bates, Steve Bongiorni, and Ryan Markuson, 3 of the best refs that we have in our area. So obviously they brought the big guns out for this game because they want to make sure they keep control of it and everything goes well tonight.
Absolutely love where we're at. Under a minute to go. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to have starting lineups, the national anthem, and you already know the tip-off to the 65th Annual Thanksgiving Eve Classic. Varsity basketball, the St. Peter's Eagles, and the Curtis Warriors. That sound that just took place on the microphone took 5 years off my life, and it wasn't me, it was the PA announcer on the other side. The Curtis fans are up.
The Peters fans will not sit down the entire night.
The Peters fans absolutely are sitting on springs tonight. We turn it over to the public address announcer for player introductions.
Starting lineup for St. Peter's. Number 1, Michael Spisto. Number 2, Katia Martin. Number 3, Jalen Munson. Number 5, Alex Chi. 12, Stephen Bradley. St. Peter's is coached by Ryan Woods. Now for your Curtis Warriors. Number 0, Jack Gordon. Number 2, Alonzo Archibald. Number 3, Josiah Mitchell. Number 10, Zachariah Belkin. Number 21, Mohammed Saar. That puts the members of the main Archibald. And now, if you would please rise, remove your cap, as we welcome Curtis Aubrey Wilson to sing the national anthem. questions directed to those gentlemen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the stage is set. The 65th Annual Thanksgiving Eve Classic from the College of Staten Island. David versus Goliath. The maroon and white versus the gold and blue. Everybody at home, I hope you're ready, because this place is juiced. Tom Falco out there tuned in says we need the Commodore here. Oh my goodness, that guy would be shot out of a t-shirt cannon if he was here.
Roof would blow off the place.
Absolutely. This place couldn't handle the addition of the Commodore tonight, but we know he's tuned in down there in Florida. The players are out for the opening tip. The students are up on their feet, and Warriors control the tip to start. Up and in! 2-0 Curtis. Coming out to start now, dribbling from right to left across the timeline. The Eagles have it. Working on the left elbow. Trying to get free around a screen. Perimeter passing taking place here. A beautiful move into the paint from the guard. Evens it up here early on. Deuces. Tied up at 2 here. Here's the point guard. Josiah Mitchner with it. Dribbling to his left. Kicks it to the corner. A pump fake. Now the drive into the paint. Partially blocked. The Eagles come out with it the other way.
Great
That's
block by
G.
Kadir Martin there.
She now gives it up to the point guard, driving into the lane. Contested layup, no good. Warriors outlet the other way.
I guess Jalen Munson attacking to the basket all game there.
Excellent defense from Chi here on the right side. He's got a little bit of jawing to do as well. Letting the point guard know, not up in here. You better come correct with those ball handles, son. It's Thanksgiving Eve. Let's get it. Mitchner with it. 6:50 remaining here in the first quarter. Mitchner gives it up to the guard on left side. A spin move, no call. Drive in the lane, money!
Great move by Alonzo Archibald there. Freshman getting some nice starting experience here. A first-time player here on the varsity level.
4-2 is our score. Spesso, the point guard, in. She with it now. Kick over to the corner. A drive blocked by the Warriors in the paint. Outlet the other way, looking to push left to right over the timeline. The pass underneath in the baseline. Looking for the shot, blocked by a trio of Eagles. A battle for the boards, and a foul finally called against the blue and gold.
Jack Gordon really playing hard down there. Gordon's their main player, main offensive threat, so expect him to get to the foul line a lot. Expect him to hit some big shots.
The outlet pass up top is clean. Driving to the lane, no call. Big contact, no, and we do have a foul called.
Can't even hear the whistle. That's how loud it is.
Can't even hear the whistle. Can't even hear myself think in this place. So it's going to be a push. 2 shots at the line. Alonzo Archibald shooting. He is a sophomore. Freshman. Sorry, my math is terrible.
Freshie.
I was in remedial math. The first one up from the charity stripe is good.
And with Curtis's tradition, it's very rare for a varsity to be on the freshman here. Malik Martin was one. Timmy Highland was another. Then you also had Terry Downing was another. So a lot of guys there, varsity guys as freshmen. Not many for Curtis.
Second one from the charity stripe is also money. The Warriors jump out to a 6-2 lead. Just under 6 minutes to go here on the opening period. The Curtis bench urging their players on, and stellar defense. Another turnover. The Warriors will have it coming the other way yet again.
Love the energy that Curtis has right now. Fans especially, but players on the court really excited to be here, but you could tell from their poise on the court right now, they're ready for business.
Mitchner working around a Sarr screen. Sarr has it now, driving. He loses it. Never really had control of it as he tried to make his move in the paint. Going quickly the other way, it's the Eagles. Driving the lane, blocked. Last touch, this could be off the Eagles, we'll see. And it'll say St. Peter's basketball.
Good take by Jalen Munson, always going to be aggressive in the paint.
She looking on the inbound. The ball is tipped. Turnover. The Warriors come up with it. They've got numbers going the other way, and it's stripped. The Eagles now have it. Back and forth, nonstop. Driving, no. Warriors have it. Will they look to slow it down, or will they push? It looks like they're pushing, Doug. A beautiful time in the lane. He's stripped, but they call a foul. And the 6th man here does not like the call.
Coach Wood's jacket already came off already.
Coach Wood's jacket came off. I thought Arch was playing strong forward for a second in the game. He was so far off the sidelines. At the line, the Warriors have Al Cruz. He hits his first of 2. They are 3 for 3 from the line tonight as a group. Second one from the charity stripe doesn't go. Eagles come up with it. Warriors seem to be playing a man defense right now, and the Eagles say, I'll take that every day of the week. Spisso getting his money in the paint. 7-4 is our score.
Spitzo's a very heady guard. Will do that the entire game as well. Push the tempo with the pace of the game.
Working around a screen. Here's the guard blocked in the paint. Eagles pushing the other direction, looking for numbers, head up. Here's the kick to the corner. Good perimeter passing, a 3. Short off the left rim. And now the Warriors will look to set up their offense, a 3-point lead, 4:28 remaining in the opening quarter.
And between the two teams, we have two big players down there between Sar and Martin. They're going to clog the middle up a little bit and deny some drives.
Gordon with it. A beautiful scoop. No good. Warriors fight for the rebound. Second chance opportunity. No. Too overzealous with the pass. The Eagles have it now. Stripped from behind. Cruz with it. The Warriors with numbers. The beautiful left hand. No. The follow-up. Good. Mohamed Sar gives the Warriors a 9-4 lead. Yes, Commodore Doug is better than all of us. You said it. Eagles setting up their offense now. Right side, driving into the lane. A block once again. Kick outside. Second chance opportunity. Chi with it. Scoop move. He's fouled. Arch says that's a phantom call, but it looks like Alex Chi's going to be going to the line and shoot two here.
And they're letting them play tonight. This is a very physical game right now. A lot of hitting, a lot of bumping. So this is going to be a battle tonight for sure.
We want to give a big shout out to our friends at Jimmy Mac's over there on 280 Watchog Road. We know they're watching the game tonight in the bar and restaurant. Thank you for supporting Nobody Cares. The first shot up from Alex Chi is cash. And that cuts this lead to 4-9-5. We'll see if he can convert on the second.
Talk about a place that's probably over the top right now. Jimmy Mac's is probably wall-to-wall right now.
Jimmy Mac's is probably bananas. The second one off the mark for the Eagles. A fight for the board. Will this be a jump ball? That's what the ref says it is, and it'll stay black basketball. That's right, it's Eagle ball.
Great hustle by Quinones there, junior, first part-time varsity player as well.
Chi looking to inbound underneath their own hoop. Tough defense here. Last touch by the Eagles. What you would call lackadaisical, maybe a little bit of lollygag in that side.
Yeah, I think Curtis's energy is amazing right now. I really think the players here came ready to play. Peters looks like they're taking a couple punches here. Let's see what happens.
Well, it's that old Ali Frazier 15-round battle, and we are only in the first round of it as the kick outside goes to Gordon, who stops, pops, baseline jumper. No, Chi comes up with the board. Pressing defense now from Josiah Michener, who backs up into his man. He covers Chi.
Curtis has changed to his zone now, Dan. They're going 2-3. See what happens with Peters.
I like somebody that knows what they're talking about. Perimeter passing, now trying to get their money in the paint. Nothing there, so they kick it out to Chi, who drives the lane. Awkward pass in the paint. He gets it back. His shot, no. Curtis comes up with the board, and they're going to call a foul against number 25 on the Eagles. That's Mike Quinones.
I'll tell you what, Sar's length is a problem down there. He's a big dude. He's probably about 6'7", 6'8". Long athletic arms.
Long athletic arms, and we're seeing a very physical game to start here in the paint for both teams. Not giving up easy points down there. The Warriors with a 4-point lead, 2:35 remaining here in the opening quarter. Trying to work their offense around a series of high screens into a double team. He dribbles it. It's a jump ball. This will stay with the white and maroon.
Great defense by St. Peter's there, trapping the ball screen, knowing that Jack Gordon's looking to come around and score.
Want to give a shout out to my family in attendance tonight. Pat Chanod, Chris Chanod, the girls, Katie, Abby, Ella, Leah. They are getting their first glimpse of this beautiful tradition. Warriors coming out strong. So the inbound is on the far right side by the Eagles bench. Warriors get it in cleanly. 14 on the clock. Gordon has it. Right elbow, stutter step, push off, no call, drives the lane. He loses it. It'll stay Curtis basketball, 6 on the clock.
Another block by Kadir Martin. He's got like 4 or 5 already. First quarter.
At some point, you have to realize that maybe I shouldn't go that way anymore. I remember. Anyway, up top, the Warriors working around. Somebody found the open man underneath in the paint. Ref is going to say it went off the top of the hoop. It'll be Eagle basketball. Shout out to the Warriors cheerleaders tonight. They obviously are a co-ed school. St. Peter's is a boys' school. So no cheerleaders for the St. Peter's Eagles tonight, but Curtis Warriors ladies are representing for both. Doing an excellent job on the left baseline. 9-5 is our score. Spisto has it. Dribbling left, gives a dime into the baseline. Almost a travel there. Better yet, a turnover. The Warriors come up with it. Looking to push. Big man has it. Sarr decides to keep it to the lane. 11-5, Warriors lead. Spisto has it now. Gives it to Chi. Deflected. Excellent defense from Josiah Michener.
Curtis is doing a great job of controlling the pace of the game right now. They want this up and down tempo, and then defensively they're slowing the game down, which is even nicer because they're able to set themselves up, get deflections, and get some steals.
Absolutely. The Warriors have their intensity cranked up to 11, and it's the Eagles' job to match it. Chi with a 20-foot jumper. No. Settled for that one. And now the Warriors decide to pull it back instead of push. Good direction from the bench from Archibald. As we approach the 1 minute mark here in the first. Oh, what a beautiful crossover. Stop, pop, money! 13-5, and Ryan Woods wants to talk it over.
It's a great shot by Michener there, and Martin was coming over for another block and got it right over his fingertips, right into the rim there. That was a great shot, great adjustment by Michener.
We got to give a big shout out to the commish who's working stats for us tonight. Commish, you always do a bang-up job. I don't know what he's writing. He's probably writing that we're fired right now, which, by the way, happens all the time. So if it happens, just start your car.
Dan, I'm just excited I got into the gym tonight. I don't really care about anything else right now. I'm excited. This is great atmosphere.
What an atmosphere do we have tonight, baby. And I'll tell you, it's a sold-out event. No way you could see it. This is the only way. If you love what you're seeing, give us a like, subscribe, but more than anything, share this. Share this beautiful event with the community, man. This place is lit tonight.
This is beyond standing room only. It's wall to wall. Even the balconies there, they're about 3 deep right now on the top. So
this is shades of Staten Island cable TV, early 1990s.
Shout out Joe Nugent.
Shout out to Joe Nugent is right. This is like a flash from the past. 13-5, 1:01 to go. The Warriors with the lead opening quarter. Let's get it. Spisto retrieves the inbound, dribbling from right to left over the timeline, setting up his offense.
Curtis is staying in that zone, Dallas.
Pass into the paint. Excellent defense. A foul called. Well, if you're going to foul him, Doug, make sure that he doesn't make the basket, and Sarr made sure of it that time. But 2 shots coming up here for the Eagles.
As you guys can see watching, it's what Peters is trying to do is trying to attack the middle, getting Kadir Martin some touches in the middle. And Kadir's doing a pretty good job of getting it back out. Peters' guys got to knock down some shots. Let's see if anybody like Spitzo or Chi can get hot here in the end of the first quarter here.
The first one off the back rim, no. So Kadir Martin makes the second, and it's 13-6. Warriors with the lead, under 1 minute to go here in the opening quarter. Dribbling the ball left to right across the timeline. Josiah Michener with it. Gives a pass to his left, almost intercepted by the Eagles. Now a drive in the paint, cleaned up by Sarr. That ball won't go. Last touch by the Warriors. Eagles will have it with 33.2 seconds to go, so they can play without a shot clock for the final possession here of the quarter. What do you got for me on that paper, Doug? Anything good?
Just some numbers.
Oh, good. By the way, we got our rosters before the game like 5 minutes before. Doug was hired 10 minutes before. I almost pulled a Happy Gilmore and had a homeless guy doing color commentary. 25 seconds to go. The Eagles desperately trying to answer the Warriors' bell. Here's a stop pop runner in the lane. Count it, and the foul!
Tough take by Jalen Munson. Munson hit the nice part of the zone there, able to get to not to the rim, but nice foul line floater there and got some contact as well.
My man had that, oh my goodness, beautiful runner in the lane, fouled at the line for the conventional 3-point play.
Shout out to whoever lets Peters have black uniforms. The color scheme is awesome.
Off the side rim, no, they're doing a blackout tonight. The Eagles have it. 12 seconds to go on the game clock. Perimeter passing, trying to figure out the best option here. Curtis Coach urging him to the corner not to give up that shot. And he's going to call a foul on Sarr. Can you believe it? I thought maybe the Eagles stepped out of bounds, but they're going to say he bumped him that way.
I think that might be either 2 or 3 on Sarr right now.
He's got to be careful with 3.3 seconds remaining here in the opening quarter. Warriors with a 13-9 lead. She gets it up top past the Spisto. The corner shot. He pump fakes off the glass. No. At the end of 1 quarter of what are we playing? 4 quarters here, Coach?
Playing 4 here.
I appreciate you telling me the rules. Somebody do a better job than me. After 1 quarter of play, it's the Curtis Warriors 13, the St. Peter's Eagles 9. If you're enjoying this, like and subscribe. For the love of God, this is Nobody Cares Sports Network. No religion, no politics, just feel good vibes. Can we give a shout out to our friends Windows? We are custom windows and repair. Full showroom located right across the bridge in Brooklyn. Parking lot on site. Don't be afraid to cross the bridge and support local. They'll even pay for your toll, Doug. If you're looking to get your windows done, these people are good. Make sure you check them out. 9110 5th Avenue, Brooklyn. Big shout out to our friends over there at Windows. We are the Turnbull family. Love you guys. About to start the second quarter, Doug. We haven't been canceled yet, so people must think our broadcast is lit, so that seems pretty cool.
I'm actually not surprised about the start of this game because I feel like with all the energy and the excitement, there's definitely going to be some nerves. But I'm interested to see how St. Peter's reacts to the first quarter here. Coach Archibald has taken Sarr out. Sarr had a great first quarter. Picked up a couple of tap fouls there at the end of the quarter there. So now he's got to sit down for a few minutes. But calling on his son, Alonzo, to get in the middle there.
And just to introduce everybody, this is Nobody Cares Sports. We are a satirical broadcast, so if you can't handle the jokes, you might want to turn on ESPN or something. There's probably something better for you to watch.
Yeah,
Spisto set to inbound here. 8-minute mark. By the way, we serve the community absolutely for free. You watch this for free. We don't charge the schools. Let's get it. Spisto has it. Drawing perimeter passing. The Eagles looking to set up an answer and start out hot. Here's a 3 from the right elbow. Money!
That's Steve Bradley, one of the only seniors on the St. Peter's team. Dan, watch out for him for the rest of this quarter because he's a starter, but he sat out for a couple minutes there. Now that they're playing zone, he's locked and ready to go.
Now the Eagles have cut it to 1. The Warriors desperately trying to stop this wave, but the Eagles are flying high.
Another one.
2-on-1 with numbers. Stop, pop, deciding to go, and they're going to call a foul on the dribble. This will be a loose ball foul. They'll inbound it from the spot.
I would have loved to have seen Spitzo give it back to him in the corner there after the defense came to him, just to see if he hits another one because this place is ready to rock and roll.
And 3 from the Eagles off the side rim. Coming out the other way, the Warriors have it. Gordon driving, no, gets his own board. Last touch by the Eagles. 13-12, that's our score. Just under 1 minute gone here in the second quarter. The outlet pass up top is clean. Warriors set up their offense on the right side now. And a beautiful roll off the rim. No, the cleanup, second chance opportunity. Good. Al Cruz with the bucket. Spisto has it now. Eagles down by 3. 6:42 remaining in the second corner. A 3 from the left elbow. An air ball. The roof must be opened. It's a little drafty in here tonight. The Warriors with a spin move. Left side, out of control. Loses the rebound, turnover. Spisto has it, dribbling from right to left. Now he has it up top, close to the timeline, pushing it right side. Arch directing his defense along. The kick to the corner, tipped by a Warrior. Peters maintains possession.
Curtis is doing a great job finding Bradley on the three-point line, closing out on him.
Excellent defense here by the Warriors, trying to force Peters into taking a bad shot. Spisso says, I get my money this way. 15-14. Clapping it up as he walks backwards on the court, letting Curtis know what time it is. The point guard, the general, this offense. Warriors with it now. Kicking on the left side, last touch off the maroon and white. Ryan Woods absolutely loves it, and it seems like the Eagles have made the adjustment after the first quarter and are matching the Warriors' intensity, Doug.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if they can continue to pick apart this zone a little bit. A lot of ball movement. Got to be moving as himself as well. So
eventually, these jitters are going to wear off, and we're going to find ourselves in a basketball game where the true winner will emerge as we have a baseline drive. A beautiful reverse scoop off the glass. Good! The St. Peter's Eagles have their first lead of the game. 16-15 halfway through the second quarter. The Warriors need to respond. Driving baseline, the extra pass, too strong. Second chance opportunity, fouled.
Good fight by Alonzo in there. Playing aggressive to start his career.
Shout out to everybody tuned in wherever you may be around New York, the Tri-State, NY to Florida, Hawaii. We see you. We know we got people down there in Atlanta, Pennsylvania. Man, there's so many people out there supporting the Curtis Warriors Eagles tonight. Nobody Cares Sports on the coverage. Gotham Trinity Productions on the video. First one up at the charity stripe. No, the Warriors can't afford to start missing now from the free throw line when they started out so hot. Looking to tie the game, they do. Spesto with it. Kicking it up top. Bradley running around baseline. The guards have it. Right side, 19 on the shot clock. Working around a high screen. Possible travel there. Good defensive stop there. And now we get our travel. Possibly a makeup call, but I like these refs.
They're doing a great job of containing Kadir right now. Kadir is usually out in the breaks, getting some easy layups and stuff, and they're really doing a good job of containing him.
Absolutely. Back to the action. 16 all is our score. 4:33 to go. The Warriors trying to stay on top here and not give up this lead. Will this be a seesaw battle? Tipped. Warriors maintain possession. Kicking it to the right. Now the extra pass in the paint. Blocked. And he stepped on the line. That's going to be a turnover.
Great block by Jarrell Monroe. Good block. Another JV guy. JV team from last year for St. Peter's lost in the city championship to Cardinal Hayes. So expect a lot of the guys tonight on the juniors that are coming up. Going to be really talented for the next couple of years. Inbound pass, pump fake, and a foul called. Uncharacteristically that time, it's going to go against Spisto. So on the inbound, a bit of a foul, and he's going to take a rest. Nobody in the penalty here. So the Warriors will inbound underneath their own hoop. And a foul called away from the ball against the Warriors. So a costly turnover there. Spitzo went to the bench, I think, with 2 fouls. So we're going to see Antonio Morello, first action tonight, another JV guy from last year, getting the call up to the varsity. Antonio can shoot it really well. Also a good distributor. And here's a 3 from Bradley, short. And it's going to be last touch after a scramble for the ball. They're going to say it will stay St. Peter's basketball. Here comes Sarr. Court gets extremely small when Sarr gets out there. See, how tall is he actually? He's got to be about 6'7", 6'8". Oh, a beautiful pass and blocked. They're going to call goaltending. There's that length. 18-16 is our score. Eagles back up on top. 2 points is their largest lead of this game.
Warriors slowly looking to bring the ball up, setting up their offense methodically, dribbling it left to right across the timeline. Now working around a high screen, they decide to kick a cross-court pass. Gordon with it, working with his back to the basket, a scoop off the glass, Cash! What a move, Dougie!
Yeah, Jack Gordon's their guy, so if they're going to stay in this game and be able to win this game, Jack's got to get hot a little bit here.
18-18 is our score. No easy points in the paint. Sarr comes up with the rebound. Warriors looking to push, but they don't have the numbers. They'll have to bring it back. Working around a screen yet again, into the paint, the extra pass. Excellent defense here, diving for the loose ball. Eagles try to come up with it, but they'll say Warriors basketball. Now they change their call and say it is, in fact, Eagle ball.
The ref pointed the wrong way. He called out black and pointed to the Curtis side. No worries.
To start us off tonight, it was in the JV contest. The Eagles were triumphant over the Warriors.
Very similar style of play for both teams, too, in that game as well.
Beautiful pass into the paint. Way to finish that time. Kadir Martin.
Martin there got behind the zone defense, was able to get behind there and sneak in there for two. They're going to need more of that from him in the second quarter here to get to the halftime.
Sarr with it now, kicks it to the right. Now the kick into the corner. Good defense here from the Eagles, forcing the ball back up to the perimeter. 2:22 to go here in the first half. Curtis trails by 2. Spin move and a push called. This foul going against number 3, Jalen Munson.
Munson's playing with a lot of hands on the perimeter, so he's got to be careful of his hands. And anyone watching on at home, any young guys watching at home, make sure you're playing defense with your feet, not your hands.
That's excellent advice, Doug. And you're a real coach, too, so when you speak, people should listen.
You would think that.
Hopefully.
Yeah. You would think that. But.
I'm barely with you. It's fine. 20-18 is our score. It is a 1-and-1 right now. First shot is Cash. So Curtis trying to get busy at the charity stripe.
I'm super impressed with Josiah Mishner this half. He's playing really, really well.
Second shot is up, off the mark, too strong. 20-19 is our score. The Eagles with a 1-point lead. Chi has it on the left side. Gives it up top now. This is Antonio Morello, the point guard, checked into the game. Cross-course pass to Bradley. Now back to Morello. A 3 off the mark. Gordon with the board for the Warriors. Eagles get back on defense. 1:50 remaining here in the first half. Driving now, the pass to the corner, a 3 off the mark. Big man with the board, turnaround fadeaway, no, too soft.
Sarr's battling down there. He's giving Kadir Martin everything he's got down there, so shout out to him. Keep playing hard.
20-19 is our score, 1:22 remaining here in the first half. The Eagles with a 1-point lead. Chi, the floater, off the mark. Warriors try to come up with it. Loose ball. Who has it? Half court. Chi comes up with it for the Eagles. But harassing defense by the Warriors.
Great pass.
Kick out. Bradley, pump fake. Second shot. No. It goes in. Are you kidding?
Great find by Antonio Morello there on the pass. And Steve Bradley hits the second of the quarter.
Absolutely super friendly roll on that rim as we are under 1 minute in the first half. The Eagles have stretched it to their largest lead of the game, 23-19.
Stephen Bradley's the difference in the second quarter for the Eagles. 8 points off the bench in the second quarter.
And after a strong opportunity, no, the Eagles will come up with it. And they can hold the final shot of the first half.
Curtis quickly going back into man-to-man right before the half here to try to hopefully confuse St. Peter's a little bit since they've been playing zone for most of the half.
Bradley with it, kicks it up top. Perimeter passing here from the gold and blue. Now left side, almost stripped, turnaround pass, 5 seconds on the clock. A drive towards the lane, not contested at all. And the Eagles will finish up on a high note. A 6-point lead, their largest to the game. Doug, what happened on that final play?
I think the changing of the defenses there for Curtis, got them a little discombobulated there. During the end of the quarter there, you can see St. Peter's running their motion offense, kind of putting Curtis to sleep a little bit, making him relax. And with Kadir getting the ball up top, we put Sar in a different spot, down low, and he was able to make a great move to the rim, and there was no help defense there. I think that the zone, being stagnant in the zone a little bit helped them out a little bit there for St. Peter's.
We have the winner of the 50-50. Winner of the 50-50 is the following.
Excellent stuff. We're within a 10-minute break here from the College of Staten Island. It's the St. Peter's Eagles 25, the Curtis Warriors 19. Short break. When we come back, second half action of the 65th annual Curtis Peters Thanksgiving Eve Classic. Nobody cares.
Roll is the winning ticket. Roll. Ticket announcer. Let's get ready for our Curtis and varsity cheerleaders. Let's give it up for your Curtis Warrior cheerleaders.
Best fan section.
Yeah, absolutely. I have a halftime guest here, ladies and gentlemen. 5 minutes to go here before the third quarter. St. Peter Eagle legend Greg Pedro joining us in the broadcast booth. Brother, you just talk real close to that microphone so everybody at home can hear you. Thanks for joining us, man.
Oh, I'm happy to be here.
What do you make of this, man? It's been a while since we've had the kids in the gym. Happy to be back?
Yeah, it's good to see the energy back here on the court and come see the new version of the Eagles.
Yeah.
It's been a lot of years, almost 40 years since I played in high school.
It's been almost 40 years? You don't look it at all, man. You look absolutely fantastic. The Eagles, your alma mater, they got a 25-19 lead here. Is that surprising to you, what they've done in the first half?
I would say I like the way they're coming on. They got a little momentum right now. It's the first game, so you never know what to expect in the first quarter. But it seems like they're settling down, both teams. It's a competitive game, so I wouldn't say I'm surprised. I'm looking forward to the second half now that the jitters are over.
Yeah, the jitters are gone now. Now we're going to get a real good basketball game here, man. Well, we appreciate you taking the time. What have you been up to lately? You said it's been so long since you played ball. What have you been up to?
Well, I played ball this morning. I'm still playing.
Are you still playing? All right.
But it's been 40 years since I played in the Thanksgiving Eve game.
Yeah, no doubt.
Back in the day, we played at Wagner College.
Yes, sir.
And I remember the first time I played, I was a sophomore, and I was really nervous, but I hit my first shot. Actually, I hit the first shot of the game.
Oh, so then the jitters went away right then and there?
Yeah, the rest of the game was pretty smooth. So,
okay.
That's a nice way to start your career. We got some good talent out here, and it's nice to see the guys get the game.
Love it, man. Love it. Well, it's great to have celebrities in the house. We're in front of the Eagles six-man, so you know we couldn't have a warrior over here. So good job by Fred Mangin, the Wizard of Oz, as we call him, pulling a good card.
Exactly. Wise selection.
Wise selection, man. Well, best of luck to the Eagles as in the second half, and don't be a stranger to Nobody Cares, man. It's great to see you.
Yeah, good to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, brother. That is St. Peter's Eagle legend Greg Pedro joined us in the booth here at halftime. It is a star-studded affair from everybody in attendance. From everybody wearing the maroon and white to the gold and blue, we're excited. The Warriors rocking home white. The Eagles blacked out. 2 minutes and 50 seconds away from second half action from the 65th annual Thanksgiving Eve Classic from the College of Staten Island. If you're loving what you see here and you enjoy local sports and you want to see more of it, like and subscribe to the Nobody Cares Sports YouTube channel, or don't. If you don't, nobody cares anyway. We care about these kids, though, and they're putting on one heck of a show here tonight. Not to mention all across New York City, it is tip-off night. High school basketball is officially live. There are games across all 5 boroughs, but tonight we're in the Forgotten Borough. And while we're talking about the Forgotten Borough, we want to talk about unforgettable beer brewed in this Forgotten Borough. That's right, a big shout out to our friends at Flagship Brewery, located at 40 Minthorn Street. Big shout out to them. They're St. Peter's supporters, but even more, they're supporters of the Nobody Cares Sports Network since the jump, and always happy to have them on board. Under 2 minutes to go here, ready to rock. Doug Elwell doing color commentary. I'm Danny Chanod, back with more Rivalry Week basketball in just a minute. And hello, everybody. Second half action about to get underway. Danny Chanod, Doug Elwell joining me. What do the Warriors got to do to stay in this game, Doug?
I think the zone, when they went to the zone defense, it definitely frustrated St. Peter's a little bit. St. Peter's had a little trouble finding their shooters, but Steve Bradley hit a couple of threes in that quarter to kind of get Peters back to winning this game so far. But I definitely think the hostile environment here is just,
It's a lot.
It's going to help Curtis.
It's going to help Curtis before it helps Peters. And we'll see. New coach, right, for the varsity with the Eagles, Ryan Woods making his coaching debut. We'll see how he made his adjustments at the half.
Right.
We're going to take it back to the court. Second half of action.
And knowing Ryan, Dan, he definitely made some nice adjustments in there. Also has a good staff over there with Mike Spitzow Sr. So definitely we'll see some big-time adjustments for St. Peter's in the second half if they continue to go with that zone for Curtis.
Well, it's a 6-point lead for the Eagles. That's what they come out with here to start the second half. A lot of people predicted that the Warriors wouldn't even be in this game at this point in the old battle of David versus Goliath. So David is still in the fight.
Yeah, this is going to be a battle. If St. Peter's comes out swinging, I'm going to be interested to see if Curtis can withstand it.
People trying to say that I'm wearing black now for Peters. You can't win.
You can't win, Dan.
Totally insane.
You cannot win.
Back to the action on the court. The Warriors will inbound it, and the crowd slowly works their way back into it from their halftime slumber. Mitchner with it, kicks it left side. That's Gordon working it on the top of the perimeter. Now back end to Mitchner. Far right side. He looks to give it. Now he decides to keep it. Keeping his dribble. Archibald has it by the free throw line. A crossover here. He's stripped by Chi. The Eagles push the other way. Bradley gives a late pass and a flush.
Oh boy. That's what St. Peter's needed just now. That little boost there from Kadir. Flying high. He's bouncing up and down now defensively. He's ready to rock and roll here. Let's see what St. Peter's does second half.
27-19. The Eagles now have their largest lead of the game. And doctor, we almost lost all of our equipment in one smooth pass. Love every second of it. The camera had 10 pounds. Spesto with it now, dribbling across the timeline left to right. Chi has it. Multiple crossovers. Sweet move. Blocked by Sarr in the paint. Warriors outlet the other way. Looking for the layup. Up and in!
Great answer by Curtis. Tell you what, Mitchner is not a name that I knew before this game started, and I know his name now. I'll tell you what, Staten Island's going to know his name too. Great player.
Absolutely. It is a 6-point deficit now. Warriors looking to come up on defense. Sarr working that free throw line, trying to stop the Eagles from gaining anything in the paint.
And he's doing a good job of it too, Dan.
Excellent. Now on the back end, a baseline charge underneath. Martin getting busy.
And St. Peter's doing a good job drawing Sarr, because now what he's doing, he's coming over to try to block shots. And Martin's been wide open now the last two possessions there under the basket.
29-21 Eagles with an 8-point lead. Just over 2 minutes gone now in the third quarter.
Great play.
Gordon with it. Stops his dribble. Has to give it up. Cruz with it now. Giving it up top to Archibald. Now perimeter passing. Mitchner has it. He's baseline. Throws up a shot. It's blocked by Martin. Last touch by the Warriors.
And shout out to Stephen Bradley defensively. He's really bothering Jack Gordon. Gordon's, like I said a couple times this cast so far, Curtis' best player, and he's having a tough time getting shots off.
29-21, Spisto with it. He's guarded by Mitchner. He brings it across the timeline, drives into the lane. Good defense by Sarr. The Warriors come up with the loose ball. Splitting the defense, keeping his dribble. He is fouled. That's Mitchner. Excellent job staying aggressive here by the Warriors. By the way, that PA, it keeps ringing, and it is murdering the inside of my eardrum every time. Warriors inbounded here. Gordon has it. Right side, left goes.
The block.
Two excellent blocks underneath by the Eagles. Second by Chi. Spisto has it. The kick to the corner, a baseline drive. Ref blows the whistle. He says the Eagles have stepped out of bounds and their bench is beside themselves.
Thank goodness this game was not at the old Curtis gym, because that would have been not even out of bounds. He would have been in the stands.
Bro, the jungle?
Forget
we
it.
talked about that when Arch was on our show the other night. That's a vintage gym.
It's one of the most difficult places I've ever played in my entire life.
And the Warrior fans come to life yet again in the stands, bickering back and forth with the sixth man from the Eagles as
Great
Sarr
hustle.
gets all the way back. An excellent job. Now the ref is going to call a backcourt. Late call here from the referees, and they were encouraged to make it by the Eagle bench.
A little confusion by the referees. I think that maybe there was a little deflection there. And they talked about it. They're going to say that as a backcourt violation on Curtis.
29-21, the Eagles with an 8-point lead just under 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter from the College of Staten Island.
Bradley.
With a smooth jumper, nothing but net, 22 feet. And the Warriors want to talk this one over. They find themselves down by 10, their largest deficit of the game.
Bradley gets hot. This is going to get blown open.
If Bradley gets hot, did you see how smooth? He looked like Dirk when he hit that jumper just there.
He hasn't had a couple of good looks yet, so he's been taking some tough shots, and they've been going in. So if he gets a couple of wide open ones, that basket's going to look like the ocean soon.
Absolutely. Well, here we are, ladies and gentlemen, and it's about that time that we give another shout out to a proud supporter of the Nobody Cares Sports Network. What better person than our friends at 44 Richmond Terrace? That's right. The American Steakhouse we know and love is Ruddy and Dean. You may know them as a cut above the rest. They have everything from fine cocktails, bourbon, a huge beer selection, and all sorts of meats. Like, I get the meat sweats when I go there and I watch and see what they're serving up. Danny Mills, a tremendous guy, gives back to the community early and often. Want to thank him for supporting the Nobody Cares Sports Network.
City champion, Danny Mills. Great basketball player back in the day as well.
I like that dime that you dropped. City champion, Danny Mills. Beautiful.
Oh, he played with, it was pretty easy to be a city champion when playing with Greg Pedro. So.
Oh, there it is. Who was our halftime guest, which I'm sorry you were bumped for the seat, but...
If there's one guy I'm getting bumped for, I'm okay being bumped by Greg Pedro.
Yeah, there you go.
It's okay with me.
Well, here we are, the Warriors down by 10, and they're doing their best to stop this tide, this never-ending tide the Eagles are facing against them now. Warriors have it far right side, up top to Sarr. Sarr giving it up to a cutting point guard. The kick to the corner, a baseline drive against two defenders. The Eagles come up with it. They've got numbers going the other way. It's a 4-on-1. Martin slams it home!
And now here Peters getting everyone involved too. The crowd getting pumped up because the players are showing them love.
33-21, and it's the Peters sixth man that has come alive. Gordon trying desperately to make money in the paint. Throws up a wild shot. Doesn't go, but he's fouled and will head to the line to shoot two.
Yeah, he's working for every shot he takes tonight. He's having a tough time out there with all the defenders around him. Also, shout out Kettle Black playing the game right now.
Shout out to all the bars out there in Staten Island. Kettle Black, we know Beer Garden, right? We certainly know that Jimmy Max is showing it tonight. I mean, so when it says that 400 people are watching, how many people are watching that one feed, right? There's a lot of people tuned in tonight, folks.
Let's see, Danny, if this gets Jack going a little bit here, because he just made 2 free throws. Hasn't seen the ball go in the basket much, so let's see if this gets him going a little bit.
I like what you're thinking. 33-23, the Warriors trail by 10. Chi stops his dribble, now gives it up to Martin, who hands it off to Spesto. The Warriors working a zone. Spesto trying desperately to break it around a high screen. Martin working against big men. Excellent block in the paint. Warriors out the other way. They have to slow it down or speed it up. Slow it down is their choice. Now a drive. Baseline, no. Second chance opportunity. Gordon up too strong. The Eagles come up with it. After a kick ball, they're going to say it will stay with St. Peter's. So with 3:28 remaining here in the third quarter, the Eagles really are finding their groove. But the Warriors, I'm giving them a lot of credit right now because they are still in this game, Doug.
Yeah, it's only 10 points, but it doesn't feel like 10. It feels like about 4 or 5, It doesn't feel like 10.
Bradley with it now. He gives an out-of-control pass to Spisto. Spisto gives it up to a driving man in the lane, blocked by Gordon in the paint. Warriors coming out the other way, dribbling right to left. Kick to the corner. Now side inside. No! Second chance opportunity won't go. Bradley gets the loose board.
I think both teams, when they drive to the basket, both are worried about each other's big guys. Kadir and Sar being in the post for both of those teams is causing some chaos between the guards when they get to the rim.
Without a doubt. She with the runner! A beautiful floater builds the lead to 12.
That's a great shot by Alex, but again, it's a floater, right? We didn't get to the rim because Sar is down there. So both teams are worried about the bigs down on the basket.
Now the Warriors have it, trying to break this Eagle zone. Up top, working, no push-off call. The pass to the right side. Warriors almost looking as if there should have been a foul called. Play till the whistle. Now the refs blow a whistle, and a loose ball foul is in fact called against the Warriors.
Some subs for Peters. We got Jarrell Monroe coming in. And we also have Antonio Morello seeing some action again as well. We'll see if these guys can keep up the energy and the focus that Bradley and Munson had on the court when they were out here.
Anthony Onesto says shout out to Doug Elwell.
Anthony, love you, man.
It has to make you feel good. Back to the action. Spesto with it. Kicks a cross-course pass to Chi. He's straight on with it. Fires a three. Off the mark. Sa comes up with the rebound.
That's the type of shot that Curtis wants. They want that three-pointer outside the lane. They don't want Peters to get into the basket.
Oh, my heavens. Martin with a massive block. So right now, a massive adjustment. We were seeing a lot of points coming in the paint for Curtis in the first half, and they're not getting any money this time in the second half. Ryan Woods making the adjustment. Sar gets it up top. A lot of contact. He decides to keep it, driving the lane. He has his pocket picked. The Eagles rolling the other way with numbers. Now a scoop off the glass. Up and go.
Great move by Monroe. Great finish.
It's a 14-point lead for the Eagles, and they are starting to coast. If you're the Warriors, what can you possibly do to stop this?
Honestly, I think they have to go back to that zone. I think the man-to-man is hurting them a little bit. I think the zone will help them to slow the tempo of the game down a little bit. Peters is getting a lot of stuff in transition. Curtis wants to slow the game down. They're going to have to go back to that zone a little bit and see if it can bother them a little bit, especially with Bradley going to the bench. Peters doesn't really have that shooter on the court right now. So let's see if Curtis can make an adjustment here, maybe defensively, and see if they go back to that zone.
I like what you're saying. I like that you can even read defenses. It's excellent. YouTube chat has led. People are bickering back and forth, deciding upon which is their favorite team. I'll tell you right now, for these two alumni, there's no switching, right? If you're tuned in and you come from another school, you could give, I like Curtis, I like St. Peter's, I like this guy, I like that kid. No matter what, even if I think the Eagles are going to win tonight, I'd have to go for Warriors, right? That's how it goes.
I think it's a respect thing, though, too, Dan. You know what I mean? Like these, if we're being realistic, right? I'm a Farrell guy. I won a championship at Farrell. There's a couple of championships at Farrell that were won. This is the bar for Staten Island basketball, Curtis Peters.
Without a doubt.
So you have to be, unfortunately, you have to be realistic at the same time where, you got to know your place. You know your role, unfortunately.
Coming from a Farrell guy, I know we have a target on our back on this broadcast at the end of this one.
Oh, for sure.
37-23. It's a 14-point lead for the Eagles. 1:39 to go here in the third quarter. The Warriors inbounded. Can they resurrect their crowd? I don't know. The sixth man for the Eagles is all we hear. Warriors setting up their offense, running that half court patiently. The kick inside to the paint into a double team. A beautiful pass. Strong opportunity, no. Second chance opportunity won't go. Sar tries to get back on D, but all the boys decide it's best to roll back. Huge opportunity missed that time.
And they went back to the zone, Dan.
Kick over right side. Morello gives it up to Spesto. Spesto directing the offense now.
They went back to that zone to kind of slow Peters down and try to limit the drives.
Here's a kick to the corner. Morello possibly could have got called for a travel, but didn't. Instead, Martin gets his money in the paint yet again. 39-23 is our score. The Warriors look to answer, and a foul called in the paint on the other end against Martin. He's beside himself in anger. He feels he got all ball.
Great move on the other end by Antonio Morello there, getting to the basket. Again, the more they drive to the rim, the more they pull Sarr over. Kadir is getting a walk into the rim.
So the foul actually goes against Antonio Morello. Martin does not pick up the foul, but the first of two from the line for Josiah Michener is good.
Again, Michener's been their guy tonight. He's been phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Second is off the mark. Sarr tries to get the board. Can't. Harassing defense from the Warriors, and they press. But now they bring back their D. Under 30 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. 15-point lead for the St. Peter's Eagles. It was a tight contest in the first, but the Eagles seemingly shot out of a cannon here in the third. Martin gives it up top. Morello to Spesto, 5 on the clock. The kick to the right side. No! Warriors have it. Last touch. Out of bounds. That does it for the third quarter of action here from the College of Staten Island. Third quarter, you know what that means. It's fourth quarter. I'm getting tired. I might need some coffee. No better time to have coffee than now, and when you're going to get it, you might as well get it from 2 locations from our friends here on Staten Island. That's right, Main Street Coffee. Proud supporters of the Nobody Cares Sports Network. They're located right there in Main Street in Tottenville and historic Richmond Town. More than just coffee. You can go in there, you can get burgers, you can get wings, you can get a multitude of things, and we want to give a big shout out to our friends over there, the Gum family. Shout out to Main Street Coffee. I need coffee right now.
Good place. Definitely recommend it.
I would love coffee from anywhere on earth right now. I'm pretty tired, not that anybody cares. This crowd is trying to stay in it. The Warriors fan section, nobody has started their car and trying to beat traffic here, so everybody's staying put.
And shout out to Coach DiCristoforo and Principal Cosentino for just trying to control any kid, any human being in the stands.
You can't control these kids. That's why I think what's hard to see sometimes. You see in the Warriors section on our side, but underneath the camera is the Peters sixth man. And if we had a camera on the Peters sixth man the whole time, you would just see Mark DiCristoforo.
Yeah.
Just constantly.
Absolutely amazing.
Trying to keep these kids back.
That's the one thing that when we played Peters Farrell matchups, that we had the 2 stands standing up the entire game. The Curtis fans aren't really into that kind of stuff, but you know, they're here. We know they're here. We hear them. They're definitely here.
Absolutely. Back to the action. She has it now. The Eagles with a 15-point lead to start the fourth quarter.
And Curtis went back to man-to-man again, so let's see what happens.
This could burn them. Driving into the paint, stripped by Sarr. The Warriors will slow it up. Bringing it across. This is Al Cruz with it now, working on the left elbow. A spin move, left hand, cleaned up by Sarr. 2 points.
You know why he got that one, Dan? Kadir Martin went to the bench for literally a 30-second break, and Sarr was able to get loose under the basket for a layup.
Ryan Wood said, I hope you're done taking a rest, young man. Back in the game forever. Yeah. Morello has it now. Close to a double dribble, but keeps it. She has it. Left elbow. Perimeter passing here from left to right for the Eagles. An open lane opportunity. Too strong. Good defense one-on-one.
Yeah. They're doing a good job of keeping their hands up.
Gordon, a contested jumper. No good. They're going to call a foul against Chi on the rebound opportunity.
Not sure about that
one. Well, Chi can't believe it either, Doug. 39-26. It is a loose ball foul. No shots. So the Warriors will inbound it underneath their own basket. Gordon has it on the right elbow, spinning back to the basket, fighting, and he travels.
Yeah, he's working for every inch of space he can have on the court. Stephen Bradley and Alex Chi, between the two of them, have done a phenomenal job on Jack. He had the game the other day in the city where he had 20-something points, so they know he's their guy, so they're doing a great job of keying on him. I got a little full court press here, goddamn, too.
Love to see a little change in pace here. The Warriors realizing they're fighting against both the Eagles and the clock, but Bradley's there to clean up the mess for them. 39-26, the Eagles with a 13-point lead. Stop, pop, runner in the lane, right side. No, Eagles have it. Instead, they look to push. Bradley working with his left hand, driving to the hoop. Good! Outlet the other way. Gordon has it. Beautiful spin move, blocked by Martin. Last touch by the Warriors. Eagle ball. Oh, baby, what a play.
What a block by Kadir. And he got it to go off of Curtis as well. So not only did he get the block, he got the ball back as well.
43-26. The Eagles seemingly in control here.
Heads up.
That was almost it, Doug.
Put your hands up, Dan. Put your hands up.
Nothing. Shout out to everybody. Just got the alert from Elliot Wilson. We officially reached 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube machine. We can now do more for this beautiful New York community.
Shout out to Big E.
Super exciting. Thank you for the push, E. Ray Palma. We can't do it without you. Sarr has it in the paint. Driving. Too strong. Cleans it up himself. No good. Third chance opportunity. No. Fourth chance goes in.
He's playing hard down there, Dan. Love his effort that he's given tonight.
Hard.
So hard, man. Oh, God.
Hansel, so hot right now.
So hot. Look at him again.
Deflects it out of bounds. It's all Sarr right now.
He's all over the place.
43-28, Warriors down 15, 5:40 remaining here in the fourth quarter. The inbound is to Chi. He looks for help and receives it. The two guard comes up. Tries to work around a high screen, decides to keep it, drives baseline, he's fouled, and he will go to the line. Good move there from the guard.
Archibald did a good job of keeping his hands up, and the last second, Dan put his hand down to try to block that shot. You got to keep his hands up on that. Any young guys watching that, big guys watching that, hands up on defense. A guy hits you, contact to your chest, anything, you got to keep those hands up. Second you put him down, it's going to be a foul.
I love when somebody's on that knows what they're talking about. Don't you, Kamish? It's so good. Kamish is having the time. He reminds me, he's got the headphones on running stats. He reminds me of the old guys at Yankee Stadium that wear the headphones and listen to the radio while they watch the game live.
Is the Kamish keeping how many blocks Kadir Martin has?
Kamish doesn't keep any stats. That's his job as stat man. He gave us one stat already, so he's done. And we only hire JV coaches, so you should be happy you're here tonight.
Well, I used to be a JV coach, so that makes sense.
There you go, 45-28. It's a 17-point lead for the Eagles. Warriors trying to claw their way back into this game. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Taking up a lot of time on the offensive side of the ball. Gordon attacks the basket against two Eagle defenders. He comes up empty.
Here we go.
They have numbers the other way. Chi lays it up and in on a coast-to-coast pass from his compatriots.
I saw bad things happening, Dan. I thought that was going to be another Kadir Martin.
Oh, no, he almost threw it up, and we almost made Sports Center. Instead, we still live under a bridge. 47-28, under 5 minutes to go here.
And as Peters gets this game a little more depth between it, that their defense is starting to pick up a little bit too. They're starting to get a little more excited to play D, get out and run.
Now the Warriors. Oh, and you see these Eagles clapping it up. Super hype. Stop, pop, off the mark, no good. It's the black ball. It's the Eagles that come up with it. Love to see it. They are closing this game out strong, Doug. They started out with some energy, issues, the whole thing with the jitters and the first time coming out and playing in front of a crowd. They seem to really find their groove as this game has gone on.
There's a lot of experience on their team, Dan, compared to Curtis.
Yes.
And especially with the last couple of years, the way that things have gone on, Peters probably have played in some more jam-packed gyms compared to Curtis has. So this might be a little too much for the Curtis guys mentally. But I tell you what, though, they're not stopped playing. They're playing extremely hard.
No, and props to the entire Curtis coaching staff and all the Warriors out here tonight. The scoreboard might say one thing, but the heart tells a whole nother story. As you know, these two schools, they respect each other, but believe me, they're bitter rivals, and they're going to play till the final whistle. It doesn't matter whether you're a player coming off the bench or whether you're a starter and, you know, you're burning all the energy you have in your tank. So with 4:19 to go here, there's still plenty of juice in this tank for drama, wouldn't you say, Doug?
Yeah, I mean, definitely this is one of those games where it's not over till it's over. Even the JV game got a little out of hand. Then all of a sudden we blinked and we looked back up and Curtis was almost within 10. So I could definitely see them. The next 2 minutes, 2.5 minutes are really important for Curtis to see if they could maybe cut this down to 10. It's a tough call though, 19. 2 minutes, get 9 points. Yeah, it could happen. Who knows? Let's see.
Anything's possible. The Eagles bring it across the timeline, left to right. She has it. Bradley with it now, giving it to Spisto, trying to get busy on the baseline. They kick to Bradley for a three. Off the mark. Warriors come up with it as we approach the 4-minute warning here in the fourth.
If they're going to leave Bradley open, there's not going to be much they can do in the rest of this game here.
That is a travel and a costly one for the Warriors. They are now down by 19 points, but the Warriors still with their starters in the game, so not giving up here for the maroon and white.
No, they're not going to give up, Dan. They're going to push through this till the last buzzer rings.
Eagles with it now. Their sixth man starting to go wild, but you know the Curtis cheerleaders on their side, they're giving it. Back and forth they go. Bradley with it. The kick right side. Martin with the right hand. Blocked by Sarr.
On a block by Sarr.
Warriors going the other way. Gordon has it. Gets the ball under control. Blocked from Martin. Eagles now come the other way. Spisso wisely decides to pull it back.
Very smart decision by Mike.
Munson has it. Now he kicks it up. Spisso with it. Spisto gives it to the corner. Bradley shoots a long two off the mark. Cruz comes up with the rebound for the Warriors. They're down 19, 2:55 remaining here in the fourth quarter. This kid, Kadir Martin, legitimately has 4 blocks in the last 2.5 minutes. Sarr gets caught in a jump ball situation. It'll stay with the maroon and white. I am loving my job.
All the stuff you can't make up.
No, you can't. Welcome to the network,
Great
Doug.
play.
Beautiful feed inside. Martin says, not up in here.
Layups. You get a lot of good looks, Curtis. I think they're worried about where Kadir's at, and they're coming up a little short in the layups.
In a sense, they're kind of hearing footsteps, much like a wide receiver going over the middle. They're constantly looking for number 2. Sometimes you just got to go on and get your own. Here's a deep 3 that goes in and out for the Eagles. And oh no, our TV has gone down. Madness.
Misner brings the ball up to the court. Surveys here. We have Curtis still down by 19, trying to make something happen here. Another block by Kadir Martin. Another block. He actually took out a cheerleader with that one. Kadir's having some game down low, really imposing his presence down there, making sure that the Curtis does not get to the basket. Great recovery, Dan.
Shout out to the St. Peter's Eagles for giving me that T-shirt. Shout out to the commish.
I'm not going to lie. I would have used it the same way.
No.
Team technical on St. Peter's.
The technical foul here on St. Peter's.
How did that happen?
Makes the tackle.
We got a team technical. Not really sure.
Could be against the bench. Hey, ref, how'd they get a team tech? Copy. All right, so the ref said he hit the ball out of bounds, and that's the way they got a team technical. Well, we still have our broadcast equipment. 1:50 to go. See if we make it out of here with it. A turnaround drive in the lane. Sarr tries to clean it up. He can't put it in. The Warriors try desperately to keep possession of the ball with 1:39 to go.
And just to people just tuning in maybe to see that they only have 29 points in the fourth quarter, and I shout out Pucky, saw that message there. This game has been a lot of sloppy play a little bit, but they're getting good looks. St. Peter's defense doing a great job defensively. But shout out Curtis for not giving up here and playing hard the entire possession, every possession they've had.
Doug, we're almost done with our, back here. This is the fourth time we're doing the 65th annual game. What do you make of your experience here tonight?
Basically what I thought it would be. I've heard so many stories about it, and a lot of friends of mine have played in these games. And I've played in bigger games like this where Peter's Farrell, but just the tradition of both teams always winning, makes it a little more interesting in the aspect of, you got bragging rights for the rest of the year until you play each other possibly again in the championship.
Yeah, that's an important thing that you bring up here because these two teams can see each other again in the Island Championship, and you know more than anybody as a coach that who you are on opening night and who you are going into the playoffs are two completely different teams.
And who knows, I know Curtis's football team is always really, really good. Who knows if they have any football players on their team that are not suited up tonight. Because the football season is still going on for them.
Absolutely.
So you never know. You never know. And you want to play your best basketball end of January going into February, not right now in November. So.
And here's a steal by the Warriors going the other way, trying desperately to empty their tank. Outlet the other way. Martin has it. He's fouled by Sarr. He can't hit the shot, but he'll go to the line to shoot two. Doug, we got to shoot a selfie before we're done tonight. That's our whole job. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, one thing I did notice tonight, I think a lot of the Curtis guys have been cramping up tonight. A lot of guys cramping
up. I got to do one more. It's absolutely terrible. That was better. I can live with myself with that. Shout out to you, Doug. It was your first full broadcast here with Nobody Cares Sports. We tried to do the Girls Jakes game last year, so we'll make sure we do that this year. We got a lot on deck, brother. I know you're busy coaching. Where are you, Poly Prep? Where was you?
I'm at Poly Prep.
You're at Poly Prep right now.
Yeah.
All right, so you're on the varsity coaching staff there. I know you're going to be a busy man this season, but if we can get you in for another broadcast, you think you'd be in game for one of these again?
100%. Unfortunately for me, I had my 20 years of 25 years now on Staten Island basketball scene. I grew up with this. I love it. I'm a product of it, so for sure, I always love supporting the athletes here because, like you said before, Dan, I think earlier in the show, we were blessed when I was younger with SI 76, so any big games that we had were televised. You recorded them on a VHS and you could play it back later on. So what we're doing here is just giving these kids some exposure to be able to feel like they're in the big leagues right now.
Want to give a big shout out to all of our friends that watched this game tonight. Elliot Wilson, Ray Palma, Everett Frank Villani. The list goes on and on. So many people out there.
Shout out to my guy Chris Petrunti over at Kettle Black. He put it on the TVs for everyone there.
Everybody rocking tonight, watching this game, no matter where you are, as these boys play till the final whistle. It's the St. Peter's Eagles who are going to win the 65th annual Thanksgiving Eve Classic from the College of Staten Island. But oh boy, was it a pleasure to do all 40 minutes of this broadcast with you, brother. 40 minutes of game time, theoretically, as the Eagles will look to dribble out the clock here. The point guard, Spisto.
He's cramping up.
Oh, he's got a cramp here, and the ref is going to call a timeout.
I think it's the fourth guy that's cramped up tonight between the JV and varsity games.
Honestly, props to Spisto. If you had to pick a player for this game, I'm going with him. In terms of somebody that has controlled the pace from the start, he was the floor general from the first quarter to the fourth quarter. He's laid out in the far right corner with cramps in his calf. This kid has absolutely emptied the tank tonight. happy to have them be a part and throw on a great performance here as the crowd gives them a nice round of applause.
I think the no-brainer is to go with Kadir Martin as one of the players.
Oh,
of the
no
game here,
doubt.
for sure.
Absolutely.
But I tell you what, someone that will not be remembered when this game is over. I want to shout out Stephen Bradley. Bradley played fantastic.
Oh my God! He hit a couple of shots that made me wonder where he's going. As the Eagles inbound it here with 15 seconds to go, they should have the opportunity to just dribble out the clock. She has it up top, and that will actually be a shot clock violation.
Shout out to St. Peter's. A classy move there, not shooting that ball with the shot clock running down there. Classy move.
Absolutely classy move by the Eagles. That's how much respect these two teams have for one another.
Just got a text message. Shout out Farrell for beating C tonight.
Farrell beats C tonight in the South Shore.
You know I got to throw that in there at some point. I had to.
Well, we like to update people as much as possible. So, boom. Shockwaves being sent throughout Island and New York City, but here from the College of Staten Island, Nobody Cares Sports provided it to you with Gotham Trinity Productions. It was an absolutely tremendous broadcast. Doug Elwell, Danny Chanod, Nobody Cares Sports, no religion, no politics. You have a good time, my friend?
I had a great time. I can't wait for the next one, Dan.
Can't wait for the next one. We hope all of you had a wonderful time and a beautiful time watching this broadcast tonight. It was a packed house. It was sold out, but we had viewers all across the country. It was free, and it was glorious.
And viewers, message us, message Danny. Who do you want to see next play? What game do you want to see?
What do you want to see? Tell us where you want us to go, because that's why we exist, man. We're here to make every event look as great as this one.
And the girls better be ready, too. We're coming for the girls, too.
The girls better be hyped, man, because we're broadcasting a lot of girls' games this year. High school basketball is officially underway, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of everybody at Nobody Cares Sports, our friends at Gotham Trinity Productions, and the great staff here at the College of Staten Island, Doug, great job, brother.
Thanks, Dan. Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
I am Danny Chanod. Until next time, no religion, no politics, just feel-good sports vibes. Nobody cares. The final score, Curtis 29, the St. Peter's Eagles 48. Good night, everybody. Happy Turkey Day.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have your attention to the court. The Mike Fiore Memorial Trophy, which began in 2002 in honor of Mike Fiore, graduate of St. Peter's class of 1973, who was a member of Firefighter Rescue 5 during 9/11, and here to present the trophy is Linda Fiore.
Right there, yeah, stop. I thought this is the You need a hand breaking down?
Nice to see the trophy back in circulation after 2 years. Congratulations to St. Peter's boys.
Slow, nice. No hesitation, nothing. Right off the screen. You got to go.
Congratulations, everyone. Get home safe. Happy Thanksgiving.